I don't know what's gonna happen. So let's see if Grave can no kill here.
Yeah. And actually,
It's,
looks like he is going to be able to do it. Nope.
so DMC versus Grave, our potentially last match of the night here. If DMC can't win this for REG, and that would be two teams now out of the team league, REG and RUW. And that would be ESC. If they win this, by the way, they do move on to play against Cascade. And we know Cascade are a dangerous team, and that could be a very exciting one to watch. So,
Oh yeah, that's not going to be an easy one for ESC if they do move along.
No, definitely not. So, got to keep that in mind here as we're going to be getting into this game. It's going to be tough whatever happens. I mean, if ESC do win, it's going to be tough to get past Cascade, but they can do it. I mean, we've seen Arthur. They've got Arthur, a world-class player. He's got the potential to do it for them, so...
Anyway, let's get along of introducing our players. In the top right hand corner, we do have the Red Protoss playing for Team REG and his DMC. Can he win this? He needs to win it or he's going to get all killed. And in the bottom left hand corner, we do have the teal, or the blue Protoss playing for Team ESC. It is Grave.
Indeed, it is. So, yeah, this is tough times. I just REG, you know, it's such a brutal format, really. When you think they've played so long to get this far, and then one loss and boom, they're out. Like,
Yeah.
it's really, really brutal. But what can you do? Like, that's just the way of things nowadays.
This is competitive StarCraft for you.
Yeah, man. I mean, the thing is, like, it'll be better for next season. For next season, there'll be a shorter round robin, so it'll be kind of a lot better for teams. But still, I mean, it's pretty brutal to just drop out. And I mean, if for a team like RUW to get like my insanity in the first round, that's just like kicking
Yeah.
the teeth. Like,
Yeah, that's definitely a slap.
yeah, it's pretty brutal. Like to have to go against them first round, you lose, you're out. Like unlucky. Better luck next season.
Yeah.
Like hope you get a better draw. Like it's not easy, but hopefully they had a good time playing. And I mean, for a lot of these teams, winning's not everything. They got to play against a bunch of good teams on the way here, and just getting to play against good teams, it's good practice for a lot of these teams. So, and that'll also increase next season as we bring in divisions, so that only the best teams basically only play against the best teams, and stuff like that. So that's just a lot more worthwhile for all of them. So, Grave, can he do this here?
I definitely feel that the players are coming, or the teams are entering into this competition for one single reason. Not always for the win, just sometimes for the training, to give their players a little bit of experience in the competitive scene, because sometimes most of the players don't have much experience in that. Maybe they don't enter into too much tournaments, and this is definitely a way for them to help their players. We do see a Twilight Council though coming down for the Grave, which could show some sort of blank play coming into play, but we do have this Free Stalker Rush coming up for DMC.
Yep. So, yeah, cool.
Just
awesome.
A boring PvP at the start, as usual. Nothing too
really happening
interesting
just yet, but
Oh, but this is going to be a free gate rush really coming down right now for DMC. So really, if this fails, guys, what could really possibly happen this game is, if Grave does go for this blind play, which we does see, if he's able to hold on here, he's going to slaughter DMC if this doesn't work. Because it's very, very easy to blink macro in PvP against Stalker versus Stalker. It's very, very easy to do, because in a massive amount of Stalkers, obviously they're not going to select Stalkers to focus fire down. They wouldn't be, they're not that bunch, but we're not casting life versus fucking such and such, you know what I mean?
nice little micro here between Grave and his opponent, but DMC gets into a little bit of damage with this mothership core. And DMC with a robo on the way, he's scattered pretty nicely. He's seen the Twilight Council, he knows Blinks on the way for Grave, so
Yeah, it was
he
nice.
knows what Grave is doing. And DMC continuing to just warp in here, following this free gate pressure up with this robotics facility. And Grave has to pop the photon overcharge now.
Yeah, he does have this photon overcharge ability, which is going to definitely help him out a
Maybe he
lot.
doesn't have doesn't maybe have to use it here, but I mean, he's losing workers for no reason. Like, he should have popped it a much
Yeah.
further, much earlier. And I mean, he gets one stalker now, but for two workers, that definitely wasn't worthwhile. So, first real slip up from Grave I think we've seen this evening. I mean, he's played maybe not flawlessly, but that was maybe one of the more obvious mistakes that he's made here. And as he warps in some units, he does have a pylon to the top side of the map, so he's going to be able to get some stalkers out, and he is going to move across the map to start counterattacking DMC. Going to lose this pylon at the front. Pylon just finished at home for him, so he will not hit a supply block. And that's nice. He's got an immortal on the way too, so Graves going to struggle to do too much damage with this. You know, he's going to have to really try and push his blink play to the limits to find any way to do damage with this kind of attack, I think, against what's already a fast immortal out of DMC.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that foot. Definitely, if this immortal gets out, he's not going to be able to do too much damage. Blink is really a useful tool. If you have a high number of stalkers, you can blink in really aggressively and kill that immortal off, and then you'll be in a great position. But really, at this point in time, with Photon Overcharge going to be available quite soon, in literally another 10 seconds, I just don't see much that Grave can do with this.
Yeah, like the thing is, what he's going to have to try and do is just try and contain his opponent a little bit. Like, just sit back and just hope he can expand and get a bit of an economy advantage off of this or something along those lines, because he's really not going to be able to attack it. And you can kind of see already there's a sentry coming in, and he's not really warping in too many more stalkers. He's got Probot down on the low ground, so yeah, he's just going to try and take a natural and just expand and use his blink to defend it. And oh, what a mistake here by GMC. Moves down his ramp and gets force fielded out, loses his immortal for no reason. And he's going to lose two stalkers, one immortal, and kill absolutely nothing. Wow. What a mistake. That's why you don't try and just tempt your opponent. That's why you don't say, like, oh, I reckon attention, because if they're like, oh, that's a huge loss. It's just thrown away, like, every advantage you had.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I don't know what was going through his head right there. But we do see Grave. He's actually going to put that natural down right now as we speak. I thought it would have been a little bit earlier. But he does see that observer and he is going to try and kill it here. Blink will be available in another couple of seconds. He will blink up and kill it. There we go. And that is going to die off. So he's not going to have much more striking information, but the immortal count is starting to get a little bit out of hand for DMC. So Grave needs to come back with his own immortals. He does have the first one has been built. The second one has to come quite soon. But with this natural coming down, he will have good economy. That's one thing I can say.
And losing that immortal just really puts him put it this way, he could have four immortals now and blink against one immortal and blink.
Yeah.
And then he's in a good position, but with three immortals against two, it's just not the same at all. In any stretch of the imagination. Grave actually has the slower expand here, interestingly enough, but he's still got these stalkers, and he's sitting around with his observer. He's waiting for any opportunity he can get to just blink in that main, and that pylon's going to be one of his first targets, because that's basically the only thing that's really killable for Grave at this point.
Yeah.
But he's just waiting for that. As soon as this army moves out, you can see he's ready. He's here, and there we go. Base, and probes are going to be the target as they start transferring. So this is pretty nice, and the mothership core as well. That's huge, but now he's going to blink out, and brilliant play by Blake.
Perfectly done. And Azalad is actually in the middle lane as well. Kill more probes. This is so nicely done.
This is really nice. 7 workers killed apiece now by these two players, and I mean, of course, DMC's worker kills came earlier, so Grave's already kind of suffered for that. So what we're seeing now is Grave with a 6 worker advantage. Nexuses both up, both producing probes. Grave heading into a forge here, and continue into produce immortals. He's across the map with his army, and he's going to look to try and maybe go for a move to end the game. But I mean, I don't think it's going to happen in this pylon. Maybe get target down. Now there's no reinforcements, and sentries should force field. And well, this was just awful by DMC as well. I mean,
yeah,
the
that
sentries
was so
force
stupid.
field with stalkers blink into a position where they can't do anything, and the mortals can't help. And this is Grave taking more and more of an advantage, worker advantage, army advantage, Robo Bay on the way up as well. And DMC knows he just has to back off. He's got no opportunity to do anything at all. And I mean, he's right. And now Grave is confident enough to move out with his natural.
Yeah, that pylon is still up for Grave, so we can move over to the other side of the map and be a little bit more aggressive. And I think he has a chance to actually kill this army off, because, let's be honest here, with the same amount of immortals and a little bit more... Does he have more blind starters? Am I correct on that? Let's have a look. Yes, he actually has two more blind stalkers than his opponent, and he does have the opportunity to warp in some more, but it looks like he is going to be a little bit aggressive towards the main base with this Deserver. I love this, the 4 stalker his squad, and he is going to try and kill some probes up here while moving into the natural, and his immortals are sitting on the low ground of the natural. This could be a brilliant, if he moves all these stalkers, oh my god, is this going to work?
Yeah, this is so bad. Like, there's just nothing. He talks down this void, which is a hallucination, but force field on the ramp. Oh my god, Grave is just going to kill all of these immortals, and that's huge. Like, even if he actually gets out of there. I mean, with the stalkers coming back with Blink, he couldn't really do too much,
Yeah.
but killed some workers in the main again. Now going up to 10 workers against 7 on the kill count, and killed off an immortal, didn't lose his own immortal, and comes back home, has the energy for an overcharge, building Colossi at the 8+1's going to finish before his opponent. Like, what can DMC do? He's just been kind of, he definitely had an advantage, but he's just thrown it. Like, so many mistakes throughout the game. Just leaving units where they shouldn't be, being baited, being taking fights he shouldn't have taken. Like, Grave is just playing better than his opponents here today, and it looks like, with the way it's going, I mean, the supplies are pretty even. But Graves has getting Colossi out. That's absolutely huge. He's getting more gateways already. It looks as though he might be in for the all kill.
Yeah, it looks like it. Definitely with these classes coming out in AoE. And if he does get charged against stalkers, he's just going to rape this army. And just, that's the nicest way of saying it, to be quite completely honest. But we don't see charge being researched yet. Thermal Lance is coming down with +2 weapons. +1 weapons is only being finished right now for DMC. So he's behind in upgrades, he's behind in army supplies, behind in workers. What can he do? What can he do? His CS will have to try and take an earlier for a base. He might see this pylon. Yes, he is finally going to see it, and he's going to blink forward and kill that. But just the scouting from Grave is just so good. He knows exactly what his opponent's doing at every point in time in this game. There is no robotic spike coming down for our DMC player, so this is definitely going to end up one way. It's going to be Immortal, Stalker, Zealot out against classes, Immortal, Stalker, Zealot. So obviously Grave has the upper hand here, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But the Immortal count is reaching quite high.
Yeah, against the. I mean, Graves taking the third base. I think yes. And tries to win, but man, Grave sounds like a hallucinated Phoenix. I mean, it's +2. What can DMC do? I mean, he's just falling further and further behind. If he sits at home, he's trying to Chrono Boost his +2. He's trying to Chrono Boost another Immortal. He's got charge by the finish. Like, everything's lining up. This is the time to attack, and he will move out, but cannot help but feel that with 2 Colossi in his army, a third well on the way, that Grave. I mean, he's actually got 3 in the army. Mothership Core hiding one. He's got 3 Colossi. Like, there's no way he kills 3 Colossi without anything else. Like,
no, he's not going to be able to do that.
Like, he needs the best engagement possible, and it's just not going to happen. Not fighting up at ramp. Like, it'd be possible if he came in from 2 angles or something crazy, like maybe, but no, not like that.
Even Archons are coming in as well.
Yeah, I mean,
This looks like it's going to be over, to be quite completely honest. With more classes being joining, that's up to 4 classes now. The AoE damage is going to be insane. He does have Archons himself.
But the thing is, when you play against like kind of Immortal Archon or Zealot Archon, you usually try and wall yourself in. You try and create a choke, right?
Yeah.
But when the Yeonsu is as choky as it is already, like, it's not even necessary. And I might even get a feedback on the Mothership Core. Yes, he does.
Beautifully done.
This is basically the game, I think. Pro Overcharge comes down to add to the DPS. Zealot's marching forward here for Grave, and the Immortals cannot at all get in range of these Colossi. Zealot's coming in from the left-hand side for Grave as well, going to kill off all of these Archons, and now are connecting with these Immortals, and DMC cannot do it. And Grave takes the ESC gaming through into the round of 8 of the SC2 Improved Team League Playoffs, Season 1.
Well, that was fun. That was